Good morning from Sapporo. I noticed the common scenery in the city. Once you kind of leave the downtown area, it's just all mounds of snow. It's like 7 in the morning right now. I'm trying to find this fresh seafood market. Well, I found it. It's called a morning market. It's open from like 5 to 11. And this is where you can get the freshest seafood every single morning. And it's closed tomorrow because it's Founder's Day. Notice I said today, right now, this is the day before Founder's Day. So I'm kind of shocked because seemingly it's closed right now. There's nobody here. I'm speaking quietly because the snow is gently landing on the ground and people are not here. This place seems to be open. But, well, I wanted to see this market. See right here? And it's supposed to be open today, according to every single resource I've been looking at. But it's not open. Well, the hope was to go inside the market. You can select different types of seafood and it's fairly locally priced. There's 2 seafood markets in Sapporo and this is the one that locals go to. But it seemed like this restaurant is the only thing that's open around here. I guess this is breakfast. Fresh seafood restaurant. Foreign welcome, that's always nice. This is also a seafood market. And this is the restaurant. This, of course, is the best king crab. Hairy crab is awesome as well. So basically, you pick whatever you want on the menu. If you pick the king crab or a hairy crab, you go outside to this fish market and you choose one. He's like picking like the freshest one for me right now. So that crab, that's mine, and that's a 6,000 yen crab. Okay, so I got 2 crab. I got the hairy crab and I got a king crab. Oh, so he's choosing a king crab for me right now. There's like a lot of tanks. Okay, a couple reasons why I came to Hokkaido. One was to go to the Winter Festival, but food-wise, I really wanted to cross certain things off my bucket list. And one was to eat an entire king crab here, because the king crab here is supposed to be just incredibly sweet and succulent. Also, I wanted to try the salmon roll here, because that's supposed to be incredibly different too. And because of the climate of Hokkaido and the waters, like the seafood here, of course, is supposed to be some of the best in the world. And that's really what I wanted to try. I'm going full-on seafood. I got 2 crabs cooking, a king crab, a hairy crab is one of the most delicious, and you gotta try that in Japan. And I'll show you why in just a bit. I got a mixed seafood bowl. I got a king crab soup. I think I'm covering all my bases here. Yeah, she's my chef. My king crab, half of it is cooked, it's roasted, half of it is being boiled. I mean, look at this monster claw. You gotta be careful because this thing can still hurt you even though it's not alive. It is super sharp. Usually in the US, they cut this open for you already. So don't hurt yourself, get some scissors, cut it open. And then just peel open the shell. And what you get is just deliciously sweet morsels of meat. You can see all the delicious juice oozing out. This is what I flew all the way here for. Oh. I feel like there should be a sweetener in the world called king crab sweetener. There's nothing better in the seafood world than a freshly roasted king crab. First time I had this, mind blown. Oh. This is one of the sweetest things you'll find under the ocean. You really don't need anything else. You don't need salt, you don't need seasoning, because this thing is already slightly briny from being in the ocean. So to me, the water's already seasoned this perfectly. My boiled crab just got here. Ooh, arigatou gozaimasu. All right, now all my food is complete. Finally feast. I'm gonna start with the soup. Big claw. A little bit of spring onions, miso, which is of course very indigenous here in Hokkaido. That's all it is. Great flavor of the crab soup. Great flavor of the crab made this miso even more sweet. This is definitely kind of an overkill. So I got the soup before I pulled the trigger on the whole crab. So I thought this was gonna be the only claw I was eating today, which would have been a shame. As good as the miso is, and this king crab claw on its own would have been pretty good. But now that I've tried a fresh king crab grilled, there's no comparison. Soup is still good, but bro, like when you come here, try to get fresh. You might not believe this, but this is actually my first time eating a raw bowl like this. I don't really eat much raw food, but when I'm in Japan, you gotta do it, right? I'm trying to be really strategic about this because I don't want anything to die. I feel like I need to eat the roasted stuff first, otherwise it's just gonna get soggy. But then like this thing is so colorful, you know? I don't even know what to do with myself right now. And I just gotta dig into the roasted crab here. If you're in Hokkaido anyway, if you came all the way here to get the seafood, just go all out. Get one of these fresh babies. I mean, it's gonna hurt your wallet a little bit, but it's hard to get this anywhere else in the world. And this is one of those crabs where no matter how much you eat, you never get sick of it. And the stuff that you see on the Vegas buffets and everything, it's all frozen. The difference between frozen and live king crab is like Batman coming to rescue you rather than Superman. I know I might be sparking a debate here, but come on. Come on, Batman versus Superman? Superman could have sniped him with a peanut from a mile away. Oh, this is the best part. Look at the massive claw. I'm so glad there are people like professionally who does this stuff that catches this crab, because if I go in the ocean and I see this claw coming at me, I'll be swimming away and wetting myself at the same time. This is my favorite part. This is all the joint meat. This is the most tender of all the parts of the crab. I don't even know why I got the other half boiled. I should just got it all roasted. The roasted flavor with that hint of smoke just amplifies the sweetness of the crab. My favorite part, the crab lollipop. The joint meat, I feel like it's the most tender, but the claw are definitely the most sweet. This is the boiled crab. Oh, so here's the pros and cons of getting roasted with boiled. The boiled crab meat is more tender and juicy because obviously it retains more of the moisture inside the meat itself. There's few things as splendid as when you take out a piece of meat from a crab leg, it comes out intact. You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of tamale in a king crab. The flavor is really in the meat and the shells. I'm literally in crabby euphoria right now. That's it, one whole king crab. Didn't need any dipping sauce. This is also something you gotta try in Japan. This is the hairy crab. What's so good about this? Of course, the succulent sweet meat. And it's more tender and stringy than the king crab. But what's so good about this crab is this. This is the miso. US we call it tamale, but this crab's innards and brains and all that organ good stuff, so immensely flavorful that your dipping sauce for the crab meat is literally its own internal organs. I had this when I was in Niseko, and I remember just how sweet and incredible this was. But I also remember how much better this was when you dipped it in the miso.
It's briny, creamy, just tad sweet, but it's really the depth of flavor. But it brings such a great, like a natural umami flavor growing inside the crab itself. Meat, a little stringier and more tender than the king crab. I feel like it's slightly less sweet and it's less fatty than the king crab as well. And personally, I like the king crab better. I just got the crab because of the innards. If you've just been eating crab legs your whole life, you're missing out, guys. It almost has like a fermented flavor to it. I'm really excited about this. I've been wanting to try the salmon roll for a long time, and I heard it's completely different than any other salmon roll. Since I came to Japan the first time, I really changed my opinion on a lot of things, and one of them is the uni. I'm actually really big on uni now. I think the first time I had it, for some reason, it really tasted like the ocean sneezed in my mouth. But this, now, it just tastes like fresh ocean foam. I mean, it's just so melting in your mouth nice. So these are supposed to be the ones that are completely different than the common salmon roll found anywhere else in the world. Because of the temperature of the water here, these just come out tasting different. Again, I'm not an expert on that. I don't eat salmon roll bowls as much as anybody. I feel like it has less membrane. It really just pops so nicely with this subtly salty flavor. It's like coats your tongue, it's like flavorful mist. Tuna is still my favorite. Ever since my buddy John got me hooked on this stuff a couple years ago. I don't eat a lot of sushi. I don't eat a lot of sashimi, but when I do, gotta have the tuna. Every single thing I'm tasting is so fresh. And I feel like this is the perfect food item to end this breakfast feast with. This will go down in history as probably one of, if not the best seafood meal I've ever had in my life. And I've had a lot of seafood meals, and that is almost purely based on the quality of the ingredients, the seafood I had today. That crab was one of the sweetest ones I've ever had. The hairy crab with the inner dipping sauce, this bowl of poppin' salmon roll and assortment of seafood. That's probably not a typical breakfast you see anywhere in the world, but I'm glad they made this available here. You guys know how much I hate the traditional, you gotta eat this for breakfast, the bacon and eggs and stuff like this. This, I mean, even for me, like, I never thought I would, down a whole entire king crab for breakfast, but God, that was enjoyable. What an amazing experience. And again, if you do come here, I see every single person getting the king crab in the soup. And again, the difference in flavor and quality of the crab itself is astronomical. And think about this, the soup is about, I think, 3,500 yen. The whole king crab I got was 12,000 yen. You come here with 4 friends, you get that same king crab I got, it's gonna cost you the exact same amount of money as that one bowl of soup. I'm sorry, 3 friends, 4 people total. You pay the same, and it's just so much better. I can't emphasize that enough. So the cost for me, $109, that's including tax. There's no tipping here. Guys, $109 got me that massive king crab. 2 of those claws would cost you about probably $60 to $80 at a good restaurant that actually has fresh king crab. So it is a shame I didn't actually get to go into the market, but this will go down in history. Like, one reason I do YouTube videos, of course, one is I love sharing what I eat with you guys, and it's just such a fun experience to explore different cultures and foods. The other is like a food diary for myself. So like if I hit senile when I'm like 50 or something. All right, I go back to my hotel, take a nap, trying out a very local, very special dish tonight. Now the question is, how the heck do I get back to my hotel? Seriously, in the middle of nowhere, no idea where I am. Dinner time. That's gotta say, the hotel I picked is so centrally located. Like, there's so many great restaurants within like a 5-minute walk of my hotel. Dinner, I'm going for a local specialty. A lot of people have had curry, but how about soup curry? I had no idea what that was before I came here, but apparently that's a must try. And one of these restaurants here is one of the best soup curry places in Sapporo. Hope it's open. Don't pull a fish market on me today. A lot of these soup curry places, they don't even open till 5, 6, 7 o'clock. This one is open, and they usually open till about 4 or 5 in the morning. So I guess when you have severe jet lag, there's always something to eat. I feel like these really cool, iconic restaurants for local cuisine in Sapporo are open way later than any other place in Japan, like Tokyo or Kyoto. So there's always something to eat all night long. Here we go. Soup curry and dining, Suage. All right, how to order. Choose the kind of curry, choose the kind of soup, spice level, rice size. Would you like extra toppings? So you got the basic soup, you got a squid ink black soup. All right, let's definitely get a large soup. Spice level, Let's do very spicy size rice. We'll do a medium. I'm not really that into rice right now. Would you like to add toppings? Definitely not this. They're really known for their young corn here. We'll get a boiled egg. Maitake mushrooms is amazing. We'll do mixed mushrooms actually. Thick cut of bacon, Hokkaido sausage, cheese on rice. Heck yeah, let's do this. And they already have like already customized bowls of curry ready to go. Cheese rice?
Cheese and rice.
Okay.
Very spicy. Number 5, very spicy. Basic, yes. Medium.
Cheese rice. Heard this is a must get, and this is my soup curry. Oh my god, this looks amazing. Look at all the spices. This thing is seasoned up to wazoo. That's the pork, and this is the chicken. Oh, look at all these ingredients, the mushrooms. How you're supposed to eat this is take a scoop of rice, dip it into the curry, and then eat the ingredients. That's what you're supposed to do. Oh my god, look at this. Oh, have you ever seen something so seasoned up before? Oh man, this thing's got so much oil. Oh, this is amazing. It's like regular curry, but it's obviously way less thick, way soupier. That's why it's called soup curry. But it's so freaking spiced up. This is a very spicy version. I mean, I don't feel like it's all that spicy for me, but you can tell they added a lot of chilies in here. And when you put your rice to the bottom, look at all the spices it comes up with. It just turns it bloody red. And you got that great curry flavor. And what kind of makes soup curry really able to work here in Hokkaido is because of all the fresh ingredients, like the vegetables. All those things are so incredibly fresh here. Oh my god. That chicken's amazing. The chicken itself, they didn't season it. So all the seasoning just comes from the curry. But man, you just taste that fire. And all the ingredients are working together like a gentle melody. It seems like this would be a little excessive because of all the oils and all the stuff that's in here. But honestly, it's just plain delicious. This is definitely a must try when you come here. This potato is insane. Definitely roasted before it was poured into this curry. This has quickly become one of my favorite places in Japan. A city like this has so much of its own ingredients and flavors and dishes. It's just incredible. Oh, the sweet potato. This is the fatty pork belly I ordered extra. This thing is about 60–70% fat. Get the pork, spend the extra $400 on the pork. That is 100% worth it. Every single veggie in here, and I don't compliment veggies all that often on the show. I don't. You can taste the freshness, the incredible quality of its flavor. It's so distinctively apparent. As soon as I get off the plane or the train or whatever, I'm running as fast as my legs can carry me and come here and have this dish. All right, after this meal, there's something I've been forgetting since I got to Hokkaido. I meaning to do it every single day. I totally skipped my mind. I feel so bad for it. I'm almost leaving, so gotta do it tonight.
Actually, another FYI about this place. Now that I think of it, it wasn't spicy at all. I ordered like the second spiciest. It just added a bunch of oil, so maybe don't even get any spicy at all because it really doesn't make much difference. Flavorful, not spicy. Anyway, like I was saying, there's something I've been meaning to do every single day I've been in Hokkaido. I need a soft serve ice cream. How come I haven't got it yet? That's what I thought, Hokkaido ice cream. Hokkaido milk is just one of the best things to have ever graced this planet. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Well, that cheese shop is great. You figure a cheese shop would have great milk for their ice cream, man, 100%. So this is Hokkaido cow's milk. They also have a flavor with that Hokkaido sheep milk. If you've never had Hokkaido ice cream before or Hokkaido milk before, it is legit the smoothest, creamiest of all dairy products anywhere on the planet. You know that old commercial, you scream ice cream, we all scream for ice cream? Trust me, if people had a taste of this,
They did way more than scream for the ice cream. To say I really enjoy this city, I've been a complete understatement. I gotta say, everything I had today, everything I've had this week I've been here, it's just been exceptional. This has already become one of my favorite cities in Japan, even with the freezing cold weather. It just, it's added charm, I feel like coming here in the fall or spring or even summer, the temperature will be perfect. And it's kind of sad because tomorrow's my last day here. There's still so much I haven't tried. Just like walking around my hotel, there's tons of yakitori places, tons of little izakayas, just seeming like endless food options and unique food options here in this city. So this will definitely have to be a place I come back to in the future. Okay, after today, I feel like I need to go to the gym for a good week to burn everything I ate off, so long night ahead of me. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Till we eat again. See you later.